Hey Capricorn, and welcome to your reading. I'm the Urban Seer. Welcome to the channel. If you're new here, welcome back if you've been here before. So in today's reading, we're going to be looking at the month of December. We'll explore the overall energies at the start of the month and where you find yourself. We're also going to look at work, career, finances, love life, challenges that you can expect throughout the month, and blessings that you can expect throughout the month. And then we'll end the reading by taking a look at where you find yourself as the month wraps up. If you do enjoy this reading, be sure to please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you'll be notified for any future readings that I post. I also go live 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays, so it'd be great to have you there and join our tarot community. Just bring your questions and receive a free live personal reading. If you'd like a personal private reading, please click the link to my Shopify store in the description box below, which will take you to the wide variety of readings that I do have available. But without further ado, let's dive into your December reading now, Capricorn. Okay, Capricorn, so let's start off your oracle card. This is from the Urban Crow Oracle deck, and it's the beautiful card Freedom. How beautiful is this? Look at this expansive of wingspan that we have here, and they're holding a bunch of flowers. I'm hearing the expression that you get your flowers this month, December, Capricorn. If there's some kind of breakthrough happening here when we see freedom. It could be emotional freedom. So if you've been weighed down by a situation that has felt oppressive emotionally, this feels like some kind of breakthrough. It can be freedom on like a practical level of actually, leaving a job or a relationship that has caused you unhappiness, and actually having this month, this actually getting away from that circumstance and that situation. If you've been pushing to make something happen. And the expression receiving your flowers, this feels more connected to acknowledgement as well from your peers. So if you've been working hard at something, maybe at work, and you haven't really felt seen, you haven't felt appreciated, this again feels like some kind of breakthrough in that way. It could be a promotion, some kind of leveling up that happens here. But I feel very much that you feel more seen for the hardworking, successful person that you are. Capricorns are very ambitious, very hardworking. That's, a cliche, but it's a very true cliche with Capricorns. That really are the powerful qualities that you possess, and that Capricorns really pride themselves on that work ethic. And often, sometimes it can go unnoticed, the very depths of effort that you put in. and this feels connected to some kind of acknowledgement in that, and then this makes you feel more free somehow to be yourself. We can see how this all ties in though with the tarot cards, which we'll move into now. And this is in the placement, so 7 of materials in the placement of where you find as you enter the month of December and the beginning energies. And 7 of materials is about taking a moment of reflection. Interestingly, these flowers are echoed as well into this card, which feels like progress, acknowledgement in some kind of area. Tell you what resonates with that, it can really apply to anything of where your focus is. It can, because it is materials, it can be about the material world, you know, work, money, moving house, those kind of practical areas of your life, dealing with the 3D where we touch the real world. And the 7 of materials is about taking that pause, that moment of reflection, to look how far that you've come, to understand and acknowledge how far you've come. You are on track. Look at this track with sort of very methodically, just tick, 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 that these flowers have been laid down very methodically, and in a, what I'm drawn to, sort of in a perfectly straight line. I feel like you've really done everything that you needed to do, gone above and beyond, even Capricorn, in this area, this focus of yours. Now it's about taking a moment of reflection and looking at next steps and looking back on how far you've come. On 7 materials is about what's worked and what hasn't worked, and then apply that theory, apply that equation to the future. So that's where you find yourself as you enter. So much growth here, so much progress, and you are on the right track. This is a positive start, and now it feels like just about doing, repeating what works, leave behind what doesn't. So don't waste your energy on, you know, flogging a dead horse, or, you know, repeating stuff that you repeating attempts trying to make something work that you know doesn't. Okay, just stick with, conserve your energy and stick with what you know does work. It's a process of elimination is what I'm hearing as well. Just do what works and be consistent, because we then move into career, finance, and we have more materials, so 6 materials, and this is about coming into some kind of balance here as well. I feel like this conservation of energy is a theme that has come in. Even referring back to this freedom, about some kind of breakthrough and acknowledgement of how hard you have been working, and maybe now it's time to conserve your energy and not overwork yourself into burnout. 6 of materials is about balance. Be mindful, Capricorn, of not giving too much moving forward in the month of December. This can speak of 6 of materials about an imbalance, as in that we're giving too much compared to what we're getting back. Or maybe what you have been put in begins to come back in return to you. I actually feel like that's the main message here, is actually the reciprocation begins to happen, because that ties in with the acknowledgement. But because that reciprocation is coming back, Capricorn, to you, it's now, I think, for this month, that you can take your foot off the gas a little bit, and just try to coast. So now just be consistent a bit, and just allow things to run as they are. There's no need to sort of add more layers to this, or, you know, look for other ways to expand or work harder, which Capricorn sometimes has trouble knowing when to stop climbing that mountain and just have a breather. So yeah, some kind of balance in the career and work area here. I feel like your hard work begins to really pay off, get acknowledgement, and some reciprocation begin to happen. because we're moving to finances here. We have the Eight of Emotions, which is interesting energy in this placement. This is about walking away from something that no longer emotionally fulfills you. And I'm thinking that this is related to, for some of you, this can be that in your work has maybe become less fulfilling than what it was in the past, and you're actually starting to assess and look at different options. Maybe even now that you are getting the acknowledgement from work, it has made you question, though, the water under the bridge, what's happened in that period of time when maybe you were putting so much time in and not getting anything back. It's made you really question your worth and actually think, I deserve more financially as well. So for some of you, financially, that you feel like you do deserve more, and you do deserve more in this way. I'm going to ask one more card for a bit more clarification on this. Maybe it's for some of you as well, it can be about asking for a pay rise. Very specific message for some of you. Others may be looking for other job options about who would pay you more fairly for the work that you do. There's some kind of realization here of self-worth. Spirit, please tell us more about this Eight of Emotions and finances. Because this card, like I say, traditionally it says it's walking away from a situation that no longer emotionally fulfills you. But I feel like this walking away from a situation that no longer financially fulfills you, Capricorn, is what I'm hearing. Let's see what else that Spirit has to say. Yeah, Muse of Materials. This is King of Pentacles and the traditional deck in the Rider-Waite. Muse of Materials, though, this is you on your path of ambition. And I feel like there's this, you are going to reach financial wealth and success. There's no real question about that when I see this card. This is the goal. This is your focus. This is you walking under this kind of halo of abundance and success. Crossing that threshold, yeah? And there's a high bar set for you there when you say financial success. This is wealth, yeah, a lot of wealth here. And you're on that journey and you're on that path. And that just feels set in stone. That feels without question. So if it means walking away from a situation that doesn't align with this kind of energy, then you'll follow that, and you need to follow that. It's a kind of an eclipse happening here as well, which I feel like it's a realization. It's almost like an epiphany moment when we see this eclipse. And once you have that realization that you need to ask for more, then there's no going back from that. So walk away from anything that doesn't financially align with this path to success, Capricorn. In essence, that's the message here for you. Financial success feels guaranteed. It feels like that is your destiny, Capricorn. And part and parcel of that is walking away, obviously, from things that just aren't ever going to fulfill that financial leveling up of that align with your ambitions. So let's move on now to the placement of love, and we have the beautiful card, the Knight of Emotions. This is a love offering. For those of you single, this is someone new coming in, a deepening of a connection, if it was a friendship that turns to love, or someone speaks their truth about their feelings for you. If you're in separation, the same thing. This is your person coming forward to you. If you're an existing connection, this can be about a reigniting of kind of loving moments, maybe entering obviously in long-term relationships, we kind of go in and out of having more romantic periods of the relationship, and then sometimes that takes a back seat and we're just not in those lovey-dovey feelings. This feels like entering in the month of December, that those loving deepening of emotions is going to be around, and you may feel very connected to your person. But for those in a situationship or single, this is someone reaching out to you. I like to bring in the Hidden Truth Oracle at this point. This is love messages from your person and what they want to say. Can be what they may have trouble, speaking to you, with it being the hidden truth. So it gives us a peek really behind the curtain about into their thoughts and feelings. So tell you what resonates with this Capricorn. Spirit, what does Capricorn's person have to say to them, please, in the month of December? I am afraid to contact you. So that's obviously for those of you in separation. They want to contact you. They're afraid to contact you. Probably afraid to, because of rejection. But alongside this Knight of Emotions, I actually see them being able to get over that fear, Capricorn, and actually reach out and make contact. So even though they're scared to, I actually see them being able to overcome that. You and I were too young. This can be more, I just see this on in a more general sense as like a timing issue. Can actually be, obviously for some of you very specifically, if you met when you were very young, but on a broader level, crossing the board, it's just that there's a timing issue for some of you, and maybe that has now been righted. The timing feels better now. So many things remind me of you. So just when they're going about their day, there's lots of reminders of you. You're on their mind a lot. So yeah, I definitely see them coming forward this month. Or if you're in a connection, there's kind of a reconnection within that relationship, yeah? Getting back on track. Let's move on to now challenges, Capricorn. Throughout the month, we have, interestingly, we've got the Queen of Materials, another card ruled by the element of Earth, which is your element. And I feel like this is, so the Queen of Materials, this is obviously very aligns with your kind of energy. She's fantastic when she's in her element. She's fantastic multitasker. She's worldly wise. She's good with money. She's very practical. She does what she says she's going to do. Okay, she's someone that you can rely on and consistently shows up and has this, obviously possesses this queen energy, someone that people can look up to and rely on, mentor energy even, that I'm getting. But the flip side of this, sometimes with the Queen of Materials, the shadow side, say, is that it becomes all work and no play. And they can really dig their heels in, be quite stubborn in when it's not really needed, not really required, getting very kind of, it's a fixed energy, like the things need to be done this way and only this way, and kind of losing some flexibility. So the challenge for you this month, Capricorn, we do see changes in career and finances and you being in that driven energy. So just be mindful, I think, to allow things to unfold naturally and not be too rigid in your thinking and your actions and how you go about, how you navigate things this month, and your desires and your needs. All work and no play kind of energy, yeah. So when you find yourself getting stressed and maybe sinking into that energy of feeling stubborn and rigid, just try to take a breather, ground yourself, switch off. I think whatever that means to you, try to switch off. Because we see in the lower corner here, this is the more sort of fun side of the Queen of Materials. Connecting with friends, socializing. Obviously, we're heading into the festive period for some of us. So making time out for that, and having some TLC for yourself, some self-care, whatever switching off means to you, Capricorn. Just be mindful when you are getting overworked and stressed to try to pull that back. Because the blessings position, we have a major arcana awakening, and there are going to be some, we have this freedom breakthrough at the very start, and this feels like to be a very similar energy here. You are going to be having numerous breakthroughs throughout this month. Can you see how this person's heart, and it feels like this person's heart and mind is opening to kind of a new perspective and a new way of viewing things? And this is in connection to your desires. So whatever that is, Capricorn, for you at the moment, if it's a relationship, if it's work, if it's what is your goal that you're working towards, there's going to be some lots of breakthroughs, positive breakthroughs, epiphanies, like we see here, 8 of emotions, walking away from stuff that isn't fulfilling, getting the acknowledgement that you has maybe been missing. And through this, there are going to be some numerous awakenings and some continuing changes of perspective of how you view a situation, kind of what's expected of you and how you want to approach things. I am going to pull one more card because I just am nosy and I want to know a little bit more about these epiphanies and breakthroughs. Spirit, please tell us more. Oh, another major arcana layered with. Temperance card is about being patient, it's about being harmonious, it's about letting things organically unfold. So that's been another bit of a theme as well, just touching back to that Queen of Materials, about allowing things to unfold naturally and not getting too inflexible or rigid about how you see this happening. So that ties in with this awakening about being open to a different, being open to how things unfold, understanding and trusting that you will reach your goal. But how that happens, leave space for magic, leave space for spirit to intervene, Capricorn. You don't have to do everything. And I feel like this, you are going to have a deeper understanding of that, and you are going to allow that to happen. Actually, I do see you not resisting that. I see you being able to be open to change and not pushing that away. And it may be being a welcome relief to have more of a flexible approach, and to kind of, like we've talked about, take your foot off the gas just ever so slightly, allowing that to happen, and allowing spirit to kind of take the wheel a little bit more here, Capricorn. It's definitely try to allow that to happen in the month of December. This is the direction that you need to head in, because we end the month with the beautiful 10 of emotions, which is along those lines of that more gentle energy. Look at this card, so full of warm colours. I always see orange, pinks here, and that sense of being, your cup being filled up, can be connected to this love and romance as well, that you find yourself in a more, a softer place emotionally than where we started the month, which was the seven materials, which is very analytical energy, very being ruled by the mind. We end this reading in a more emotional place and in a more, like we say, organically allowing things to unfold, and not always just being in our heads or always just being in a very practical state of mind of pushing forward. More like this temperance energy, a gentler energy, Capricorn, which is sometimes not naturally how you roll. Yeah. So it's a nice place to end. It's a different side of you, I feel like, that you're able to get in touch with, maybe through these breakthroughs and epiphanies that will happen. You can take a softer approach. And this freedom card, having this wonderful breakthrough, getting your flowers, is going to warm your heart. We see a flower here really blossoming in the middle as well. I feel your heart opening and you being able to be in a bit more spiritual and loving energy than maybe where you have been, Capricorn, up to this point or leading up to this month. Now, final messages, interestingly, we have the Five of Materials, which is about not allowing setbacks and disappointments to really influence the bigger picture. We can see this person who is in a disappointed state of mind and they're missing this gateway. Again, these flowers echoing throughout this reading of the next step, the next of you leveling up and moving towards these, passing through these sort of gateways of your ambitions and desires. And if we allow this sort of setbacks and disappointments that inevitably will happen, we may miss these opportunities. And the fives always comes with a message that the setbacks and disappointments that you might experience aren't really as big a deal as what they may initially seem. It really does kind of no long-term damage. It can seem like a huge disappointment at the time, but try not to give setbacks and disappointments throughout the month too much weight, Capricorn, is what I'm hearing. What's important is just to keep an eye on this, on the next step, on the next golden gate really opening for you to success, whatever that means to you, whatever your goal is currently, what you're working towards. Capricorn will always have a goal. I'm going to ask for one more card on this Five of Materials. But yeah, just as a caveat, I really think it is just to be mindful not to setbacks and disappointments along the way are just minor details really in the bigger picture. Well, look at this beautiful card, the Major Arcana, the Star. This is, so yeah, don't let it impact your desires. The Star card is about a wish coming true. It's a wish upon a star energy. It's about remaining hopeful. But more than that, what I'm hearing is just like it is happening. This wish is happening. This person here, this woman, is holding this vision of her desire and what she wants, and not lean into this energy, not this energy. Okay, this is connected again to that gateway. That's where the dream goes. So just don't give too much, don't let it burst your bubble. Don't give too much weight to these setbacks. Just say it doesn't matter, it's fine, we're just being redirected. And don't give too much weight to it. Dismiss it almost. I feel like give it a dismissive information. Okay, that happened, never mind. We move. So Capricorn, that was your reading. I hope it resonated for you. If it did, please do give me a thumbs up. Leave any comments in the section down below. It's always great to get feedback of how this resonated or what's going on for you in your life at the moment as we head into December. Be sure to subscribe as well, like I mentioned before, for all future readings, so you will be notified. And it'd be great to see you on a live tower as well, Monday, Wednesdays and Fridays. But wishing you all the best for the month of December and beyond, Capricorn. Love and light.